What inspired me to go into Parks and Recreation, it was probably a longer process than one would think. I was very fortunate to grow up in a family that loved the outdoors. Dad worked for the Missouri Department of Conservation, so a good part of my growing up years, we lived on the bush wildlife area. So that was my playground, if you will. So I go off to school and I discover the College of Agriculture and the Horticulture Division, and so got my degree in horticulture. It seemed like a perfect fit. And then I looked for a job, and there was a job open at Jackson County Park System over by Kansas City. And so I was hired as the first female park supervisor / horticulturist for the system, and thus it began. I do talk about building a legacy for future generations in terms of trying to have everyone understand really the scope and the importance of what it is that they're doing. I think sometimes people view Parks and Recreation as a real fluffy area. I need for people to understand that what we're doing is not just something that is within an 8 to 5 culture. These are things that are being developed, projects, park areas that will be in place here for generations to come. And typically we have one opportunity to do it right. What we're doing here is important to think about for 7 generations. What will these parks look like in 150 years? Certainly there'll be some changes, and I hope so. There'll be trees that are being planted today as seedlings that will be magnificent, beautiful, big trees in 100 years. What they're doing here every day makes a difference, and it'll make a difference for the long term. The greatest accomplishments for 16 years. Obviously there's many quantifiable ones. We've reached several milestones on acquiring park acreage to ensure that green space is protected here in St. Charles County, and also in developing that regional county park system that the voters said they wanted. We've had a lot of quantifiable successes. We've got the acreage, we've got 12 parks that are open to the public, we have a 13th one under construction, and then we have some real special parks and reserve that we were able to acquire. More than that, I'd say it's the people. It's the folks that have been all a part of that. This was not a one-person endeavor. We've had a remarkable group of staff, park staff, that get that long-range vision and the bigger scope of things. We've had wonderful support from the community and some real special, I call them my pioneers for parks. These are the landowners that understood what we were trying to do here, and trying to do at really a rather late date. When one looks around the country, most regional park systems were developed 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, back when land was really readily available. To do that here in St. Charles County, which is one of the most rapidly developing entities, certainly in the state, but also in the multi-state area, that was a huge task and a huge challenge. Again, though, that the public said they wanted to have happen. I think what makes St. Charles County Parks so unique and so different than many, many other park systems, we had this wonderful vision statement. A group of constituents had come together, and a vision for this park system evolved back in the late 90s. We try and not duplicate services, maximize the tax dollars available, but also stay true to that vision and offer and afford residents of the region, not just a neighborhood down the street, but folks of the region, the opportunity to come out 365 days a year, and whether they want to do something for athletic endeavors or if they are making themselves just healthier, both mentally and physically, or if they want to come out with their family for a memorable event, which they're doing, and they come back every year to celebrate those memorable events. That's what we're about. Boy, advice for future development, I would hope that thoughts are still molded around that unique vision that was put in place here for this park system. I think having a foundation like that just strengthens anything that is ongoing and going to occur. It gives a wonderful foundation. Things will change without a doubt, and certainly as there's more development here in the county, there will be change factors without a doubt. But I would hope that that foundation that has been in place for 20 years now, I hope that remains the foundation. When you love what you do, it's not hard work. It really isn't. And boy, I've been fortunate to be in a situation throughout my entire career that has been all of the best things. There's been challenges, there have been extraordinary fun times, there have been a lot of hard work times, but those are good too, because again, when you're working with a wonderful group of folks, it's better. You all work hard together, there's some blood, sweat, and sometimes tears, but in the end, the celebration is just magnified by all those good factors, and I've been very, very fortunate. So yes, without a doubt, I'd do it again. Hopefully the second time through I'd be a little smarter on some things, but without a doubt, no regrets. I'm just real pleased that there's still so many projects in the wings, and that's what I'm really proud of, and I'll be watching.